Hey guys, this is Brittany from notanotherbrittany.com, and I just wanted to give you a quick overview of Girls Code Party, the latest course that I've developed using the Canvas learning management system. So let's get started. When you log into Canvas for the first time, and you can register as an instructor or a teacher at canvas.instructure.com, you'll see a dashboard screen that looks similar to this. So after you've enrolled or registered in my Girls Code Party curriculum, you'll see that course show up on your dashboard along with any other courses that you are either teaching or that you've registered as a student. Now, if you are a teacher, one of the cool things about Canvas is you've got this little menu on the right-hand side, so you can view a calendar of any upcoming events for your course. You can see any recent feedback that will show up as a student as well if you have registered for any courses yourself. You can create a new course or you can view grades. And one thing that I do like about Canvas is it's got a feature called the Speed Grader. So let's talk about that really quick. So I can see here that I'm enrolled as a student in one course, but I'm also teaching a couple of courses. So if you click on the Girls Code Party course that you're teaching, you can see a breakdown of any students that are signed up for your course, which I do have one test student here. And you can see any assignments they've submitted, as well as any feedback and grades that you've given them. So as you can see, this test student hasn't yet submitted any assignments or taken any quizzes, but if they had, I could just very easily click on that assignment, give them a grade right here. And you can also add any comments about their grades. So if they had submitted something, you'd be able to see that submission here, grade it, and then type a comment for that student. You can update grades if, for instance, there's an issue or an error with the grade book, and you can post comments, and these will go directly to the students, and your students will be able to see those in their dashboards. So that's one really cool feature that I do like about Canvas, is it makes it really, really easy to communicate with your students and to see their grades. So once we click into the Girls Code Party from the dashboard, the entire course is going to open up here. And this course is designed again for the target demographic of teenage girls to get them familiar with computer coding, website development, but there's also a bit of a twist in this curriculum in that it focuses on entrepreneurship, philanthropy, and working towards a social cause. So throughout this course, the girls will be exploring subjects that they are passionate about and thinking about what their own skills and interests are and how they can use those to make the world a better place. Obviously, here you will be able to see all of the modules and the content that I've created. There's quite a bit of content in here, and I will say that I'm still writing more. So this will be updated in the coming months with even more modules and even more lessons. But just to get things kicked off here, I start things out with the PDF syllabus document, which you can open this up directly in Canvas just to give students an idea of what they will be learning. But these students can just kind of read through this document to get an idea of what technical specifications they're going to need for the course, as well as the learning objectives and goals for this course. Now, to navigate to the next lesson, all they have to do is click the little provided arrows and buttons down at the bottom of each page. So you'll have these previous and next buttons. It's very easy to navigate through the lessons. So one of the things that I've done for this online course is created a custom Spotify playlist with empowering songs by female artists that the girls can listen to. You could do this to start the party on a positive note, or you could divide the party up throughout the day with little dance breaks for your class. If you're teaching this in a blended learning environment with some face-to-face instruction, you could go even further with it. You could roll out the red carpet, you could have the girls dress up in costumes, or have dance breaks throughout the day. There's tons of different ways that you could make this a party atmosphere with decor and lighting and music. So just have fun with it because that is the point of the Girls Code Party. So this course has a series of modules. Most of them start with either a video introduction or a written introduction that the girls can read through. All of the videos do have closed captions that are provided by YouTube. So I'm trying to make the course as accessible as possible for all different types of learners. There's also constructivism worked into the course. I'm trying to build zones of proximal development even for students who are exclusively taking the course online. So there will be a lot of discussion forums, and there's opportunities to create collaborative group projects, such as pairing some of the learners together. If you're teaching this course in a blended learning or classroom environment, you could even take that a step further and bring in actual female entrepreneurs from your community, or have guest speakers who work at local charities and nonprofits. And you could actually pair the girls up with those women so that they're building a real world project, building a one-page site or some sort of a donation page for those local causes. Now, let's say that you want to add your own forum post. You can customize this curriculum using just the built-in Canvas tools. So you can go to the discussion page, and there's a button right here at the top to add a new discussion. So it's really easy, really intuitive to use. You'll just type in the topic. You can add whatever question or sentence you want. You can even upload images and make this a really interesting post. And then you can tell it which section of the course you want to post this discussion to. If you wanted any attachments, such as downloadable PDF files or Word documents, you can include those in the discussion post as well. And then you've got all of these options that you can customize, such as whether this is graded or optional. So an example of optional might be if you just want a forum where students can go to ask questions. That probably would not be graded, but if this is an actual assignment that's required, definitely check the graded checkbox. When you're done, you can save and publish. So saving doesn't necessarily publish it so that students can see it. So definitely choose the save and publish option down here. So as a teacher, you can actually go in and post announcements just by clicking on this link right here. You can click on the assignments tab over here on the left to view any of the current assignments. And as you can see, I've already set up quite a few of these just to teach the students how to code, reading and writing HTML code and CSS code, and then building a website out of that. So those will already be pre-created for you. So the other tabs we have down on the left here, we've got, of course, discussions and the gradebook, which you've already seen. There is a people tab, so you can see all of the students that are enrolled. So you can see right here, we've got one person enrolled at the moment. That is the teacher. We also did have a test student who was enrolled briefly for a bit. And then we've also got a groups tab, which this is if you want to incorporate some constructivism into this course, even if it is a 100% online course, you can do that. You can actually assign students to specific groups. If you go to the quizzes tab in Canvas, you can see any current quizzes that have already been created for the course, and I have created one quiz. If you need to add another quiz, you can click this quiz button right here, and it will open up a page where you can actually customize your quiz. You can add a title. If you want to, you can add a description, but that's optional. And then determine whether this is a practice quiz, a graded quiz, a survey. You can add questions to any quiz from the quizzes dashboard page by just clicking on that quiz and then clicking the edit button. And then up here at the top, you will see a second tab that says questions. This shows you all of the questions that are currently in this quiz, but if you scroll down, you can click the new question button and you can add a new question to the quiz. So give the question a title. I have divided my question titles up by which quiz and which question it is, so that way you can find it again later. So we'll say that this one is quiz 1, question 5, and you'll type in the question here. Next, you'll have to determine what the answer is. So you can type your answers down here and specify which answer is the correct answer. When you're done making changes, just update the quiz question. Now let's look at the course from a student view, just so we understand what the students will see when they log into the course. So the student dashboard is going to look very similar to the teacher dashboard. They'll still have this right column over here where they can view a calendar of any upcoming events, see recent feedback that you've left on their projects, and they can also view their grades and see announcements or feedback from the teachers over here as well. The students will navigate the course just like the teachers do, so they'll click the next button to go to the next lesson. There are some required discussion forum posts just to make the course a little bit more interactive and bring more constructivism into the course, but replying to these discussions is as easy as clicking the reply button and then typing out their response. When they're done, the students will just post the reply and it will show up here as part of the discussion. This is what one of the assignments pages looks like to a student. So you can see the title and the description of the assignment, and students, once they are finished completing these instructions right here, they can submit the assignment by clicking on this button. Studies show that girls and young women are strongly motivated by philanthropy, encouragement, and mentorship. However, there are generally fewer out of school purposeful STEM learning options geared specifically for female learners. Girls Code Party aims to fulfill this need by providing upbeat curriculum geared towards this target demographic, teaching them to identify solutions and build websites for their own businesses or philanthropic endeavors. This research based course aims to address the gender divide in the tech field by teaching teenage girls how to build basic websites using popular coding languages. The course was designed for a blended or 100% online learning environment. I've structured the activities with constructivism in mind, and the students are encouraged to invite their friends to take the course with them. The course also utilizes behaviorism, which is great for memorizing vocabulary, code syntax, and true, false, or right, wrong answers that play into the computer coding concepts. Coding lessons scaffold, starting with the basic foundational skills that students will need to complete their project, then building upon those foundations as the class progresses. Due to the target demographic of teenage girls, this won't be your traditional coding course. There's no tech jargon, there's no stuffy IT room. Instead, it's an upbeat, whimsical course with bright visuals, a party atmosphere, its own soundtrack, and the occasional Taylor Swift reference. I've used ARCIC Theory to promote deeper learning by having students use multiple types of thinking. First, they examine a problem that they care about, such as global hunger or teacher pay. Then they ideate solutions using generative thinking. Next, they use evaluative thinking to finalize their idea. Finally, they use pragmatic or practical thinking skills to plan and code their web page. These activities help students brainstorm an idea for their class project. However, I also provide a list of possible ideas for students who are having trouble thinking of an idea. Canvas is much easier, quicker, and more intuitive to set up than most of the other learning management systems or LMSs that I've used. The Canvas training videos are clearly developed by instructional designers for instructional designers. These tutorials and instructions are exceptionally clear and easy to follow, whereas some other LMSs seem like they were created by web developers with no understanding of user interface, user experience, or instructional design. Canvas takes accessibility and usability to a new level. It lets you add decorative images that aren't read by screen readers. The alt text you type actually appears, unlike in Moodle Cloud, which didn't display my alt text for any of my images. The built-in Flickr image search was also a nice touch for quickness and convenience of finding stock images with a Creative Commons license. I also love that there's no mandatory due dates. Canvas works constructivism into online learning through peer review features, which are part of Canvas by default. I've not played around with these too much for my own course, but I'm excited about the possibilities. Peer reviews would be amazing for creating deeper learning through zones of proximal development, engagement, and interaction, and helping students double-check each other's work. One issue I ran into with Canvas was the formatting of Word document files. Word docs break when uploaded to Canvas. They don't display fonts and layouts properly, so I had to convert my Word documents into PDF files. I didn't have to do this extra step with Moodle because Moodle properly displays Word documents by default. Another thing that was odd was that Canvas only displays the first word of the course in the top left of the dashboard by default. So it looked like my Girls Code Party course was just named Girls, which is pretty awkward. The setting to change this was hidden in a really unintuitive place, and it took me forever to fix it. Okay, now let's talk about my peer reviews. The two reviewers said they were able to open the course successfully as a guest the first time. However, when they tried to open it a second time, they couldn't view the content. This is a perplexing problem because I have tried to replicate this issue without any success. I'm able to view the course as a guest in all browsers, on all devices, including my mobile phone, my laptop, and my computer. Additionally, several other reviewers have been able to view the course as a guest with no issues as well, and I've searched Canvas tutorials and have not been able to discover any permissions or security settings in Canvas that would cause guests to only intermittently be able to view the content. More research is still needed, although I suspect that this might be a browser caching issue on the reviewers' personal computers rather than a Canvas LMS issue or an instructional design issue with the course. Lastly, one reviewer deducted several points because she felt that the course didn't include enough images. I'm not sure that I agree with this feedback, and it makes me wonder if this person actually reviewed all of the steps of my course. Every single step includes at least 1 or 2 thoughtful images or videos chosen specifically for my target demographic, which is teenage girls. The only exceptions are the quizzes and the discussion activities. I'm definitely interested in adding more visuals to the activities. However, those extra visuals need to be mindfully based upon instructional design decisions. Rather than adding images just for the sake of it, visuals should grab attention and help communicate the subject matter or illustrate the lesson material. By adding even more images throughout the course, I worry that I would create cognitive dissonance or information overload and distract my learners with extra clutter. I'll take the feedback into consideration for the activity assignments because, for instance, a screenshot of some code or a screenshot of a working website would be helpful as an example to give learners an idea of whether they're on the right track with their website code. However, some of my steps already include those screenshots, and you can expect these screenshots will be added to a future course update so that each lesson activity and assignment includes at least one. That's it for the Girls Code Party Canvas. Thank you for watching this video and have a great day.